Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Modulus Talk Hub. Today we're going to have a special episode because we're going to speak about an institution that honors the innovation in telecommunications, the Global Telco Awards Antonio Meucci. I'm Kωνσταντίνος Πρεκατές and today we have with us Mrs. Maria Pelivanidi, General Coordinator and Nomination Specialist of Antonio Meucci Awards, live from Cyprus. Maria, welcome.
Hello, welcome everybody. So initially I would like to say a very big thank you for the very warm welcome from the Modulus team and for full disclosure. I was already excited to be here, but knowing that Modulus has made it to the top 3 in the competition and as a first year nominees, that made it even better and more special. And, it's seriously impressive because the competition for the third, year was fierce and really, really strong. And to land the spot among the best, because you're among the top 3 winners in your category, is truly impressive. Big congratulations to the entire team. You didn't actually, check boxes, you made waves. So big applause to you. And from me again, truly, congratulations.
Thank you very much. We are very excited. I didn't want to spoil this, but since you mentioned it, yes, it's true. Let's say that the Antonio Meucci Awards will happen this month in September, at 16th of September in Madrid.
Yes.
And we are very, very excited, the whole team. We're looking forward to the ceremony night. Thank you again. So let's discuss about your role, General Coordinator and Nomination Specialist for the Antonio Meucci Awards. So I suppose too many words, too many things that you are doing, right?
Yes, and it was even harder to try to put it into one, which is so long. But yeah, this is right.
So what you're doing exactly? Give us some insights about your role for the awards.
Whoa, okay. So if I have to put it in one word in order to help the audience, I would say it's extraordinary. If I have to put it in 2 words, then I would need to say it's completely extraordinary. And if I have to put it in 3, it's totally, completely extraordinary.
Okay.
So now let me explain why. So as a general coordinator, I'm the general coordinator of MoreThan160, which is the overall brand and the organizer of the awards. So I don't just coordinate the awards, I coordinate the other services that we offer in the telco industry, in the telco community, which we do exclusively for telcos. So, it's a joyful experience, but also mostly, with a lot of madness going on. But no matter what, it's still, enjoyable. So it's from either helping professionals land their dream jobs and making synergies between telco companies and telco professionals under the HR hub for telcos, is training individuals under the Business Messaging Academy, is providing marketing services and branding, boosting branding stories under our marketing and branding studio, and of course is orchestrating the Antonio Meucci Awards. And this gives me what I get to do, what I love most,
Okay.
which is to empower people and not just watch them, perform. It's watching them thrive. So the awards is the heartbeat of the company, and let me explain why. My role here is not only to make the strategies, not only to coordinate, but it's also to being quite obsessed with getting things right and getting things in the perfect way. Together with my team, we handle everything from A to Z. We handle the nomination process, the judges, the judging panel. But the most important thing is to make sure that the integrity of the awards remains solid from the very first submission to the very final trophy. So it sounds methodical. I know, I get it. And it is, but it's mostly deeply human. Okay. So, because you're not managing just, templates, you're managing trust. Basically, what we're doing is that we're holding a space, for people's hard work, their innovations, and their own pride, and that comes with a very heavy responsibility that I don't personally take lightly or quietly.
I can confirm being a nominee and working together with you throughout this process that you do have an important role, and I can confirm whatever you said before. It's about trust. We felt very comfortable throughout the process, and you played a very important role on this. Maria, what is the mission behind the Antonio Meucci Awards, and in your opinion, how do they contribute to and stand out in the telecommunications industry?
Wow, the mission. Okay. So to set the record straight, in more ways than one.
Okay.
So the Antonio Meucci Awards exist to bring fairness, to bring integrity and actual recognition into an industry where those things are often talked about, but not rarely delivered, so rarely recognized. We built this platform so we can spotlight, the people who aren't just attending panels, who aren't just, winning headlines and, stuff, but the ones who are quietly building, quiet fixing, quietly providing, quietly making telcos a better place.
Okay.
So in a smaller, let's say definition, the actual doers, the real doers, the ones who don't usually submit to awards because frankly, they assume that it's all politics, and often they're not wrong. I mean, this is what I come across every day, coming with nominees and new potential nominees, if you want to call it like this. So personally, what I believe makes us stand out is that we don't play the same game. We actually changed the rule book. We don't sell awards. It's we don't prioritize who's the loudest, who is the richest, who is the best connected, the one who is everybody knows. That's not what we do, and this is not what we wanted to do since the beginning. Everything from how nominations are being scored to how winners are being chosen by the judges is built around transparency and merit. This is what we want to be known for. We don't just say that to sound good. We show our scoring system. We involve our 90 plus judges. We show who the judges are. We give finalists a live voice to the judges, alone. So we're not trying to do something that already exists. We're trying to give telecom a mirror, one that reflects, a truth. One that can remind people that innovation isn't about status, it's about real impact. So we want to do that. We want to give something that's real. And, that's the difference. That's our mission. And honestly, that's why people start to pay attention. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard. People are not convinced easily. But it's another push for us to, do what we do even better.
It's true, Maria, and sometimes, it takes time to pay off, and it's not strange that this year, as you said and as we noticed, many companies were nominees, and in the industry, Antonio Meucci this year, is being heard of a lot. So I think it's the payoff of your efforts and of your mission, as you mentioned. Now, Antonio Meucci, okay? You know Antonio Meucci. I didn't know Antonio Meucci, but I learned about Antonio Meucci when we joined this process as a nominee. Let's inform the audience about Antonio Meucci. So how has the legacy of Antonio Meucci influenced the creation and evolution of these awards?
Wow, so that's a great question because Antonio Meucci is the reason why we started everything, and it actually started as a fun conversation between me and the head of the company, Andreas. We did not have any intention to start awards or anything, and it just came out, as a question of, do you know who the real father of telephony is? And I was like, I think it's
Graham Bell.
Graham Bell, that everybody, the common knowledge says so. So from there, we, made another, we started saying no, and how funny it is that the industry that he invented, subsequently is not aware of this. So we made a poll. We've seen that, okay, people are not aware of this. So we wanted to make a change. So this is how it all started. So about Meucci, his story is, his story is the reason why everything exists today. So he was the original mind behind the voice transmission, but, history forgot about him. as you understand, that erasure is more than just unfair. And it's a symbol of a broader issue that we have, and it's a symbol that we see that happens throughout all years of humanity.
Yes.
So the right people don't just get the credit. So
it's very unfair if you ask me, because Graham Bell has taken all the credits.
Exactly, and even though the U.S. Congress have made a declaration about Meucci and everything back in 2002, it seems that the community or like the human education indicator factors are not pushing through that history to change that kind of like historical error. They just prefer to go who is going to be the loudest, who is the richest, who is the most known. And this is why we made these awards. A part of them is about the correction. So the initial mission was to do that, and a refusal to let the truth be optional.
So, Maria, now, can you share with us some key moments and challenges, focusing on the challenges, because they're the more interesting, that you faced, you and your team, in keeping the Antonio Meucci Awards well organized and respected within the industry?
Every day in the awards, especially in the nomination process before we have the final results, is a challenge beyond any imagination. But let me just tell you that respect doesn't just come because you say you're different. Okay, so you have to prove it. I will tell you the biggest challenge that I personally face since I've been with the awards since day one. Every single detail matters when you're positioning yourself as an alternative to the usual industry awards. The way you design the nomination process, how you select your judges, how open your scoring system is all going to be questionable, and it's all going to be, okay, why you do this, why you provide something so different. So once people start to believe that yes, it's indeed different, and we did that first of all through the judges. We have a 90 plus judging panel that just we have 90 people that can say that themselves.
Too many people to coordinate, actually.
Exactly.
That's a challenge.
Exactly.
90 plus people.
Yeah. Yes, only the judges, These are the people that can say, yes, what these guys are doing is true and fair. And so for us, transparency isn't just for marketing, it's operational. It's the core of our operations. So this is the biggest challenge, convincing that, we're doing something different, but it's a fun challenge. So it's, the education of people. It's not only about, what the awards are, but what they're not. So, I had many instances that people came to me, behind doors and just asked me how much for an award. You know what I mean? So it's when I started explaining that, there's other market for that kind of like products that if you want to get, they got really confused when it came to that. So we don't sell awards. We don't sell wins. We don't pick based on popularity. And let me tell you, there were big companies too. So, it meant walking away from certain sponsors and staying silent when others didn't get it. So, it's a loss. It's a big loss for us, but financially speaking. But then the tide started to shift. So as you said, this is the third year, people start a little bit to be convinced about what we're actually doing. And people understood that the awards are not here to be flashy, are here to be fair. And fairness has its own credibility. So this is what we want the awards to be known for. And slowly we're trying to achieve that. I would say slowly, even though, it has shown that there was, big success. But I want, everybody to actually say that, yes, these awards are real awards.
Great. I agree about, the selling awards, because not only within our industry, but in general, there are too many awards that actually it's just a procedure to have something to sell on LinkedIn. So
nice picture.
Exactly. So Maria, we have the right person, so we want more insights. So can you share some insights into the evaluation process? How do judges determine the winners?
You're actually putting me in such a nice position because it's what I'm the most proud of to do, since we worked so hard about this. So I would say that we've designed the evaluation process to be as fair and bulletproof as possible, because I like to remind you that we carry Meucci's name. So we can't afford shortcuts. We can't afford to take things lightly and to say, okay, it's fine, let's just not pay much attention to this. So the evaluation process, it's a two-phase process. First, the judges evaluate the nominations independently. So we provide a rating template, the scoring system, to the nominees and to the judges, so they're both aware of how things are being evaluated. There are no discussions in the first phase, no group influence, just focus individual assessment. That's how we shortlist the top 3 in each category. It's important to tell you here that each year we assign different judges to the categories. So no other judge, nor any nominee, nor anyone in the process is aware about who the complete panel of judges is in any category. So, well, the reasoning for that, well, you guessed it. To keep things as pure, to keep things, to avoid any relations, because the industry is not as big,
Yeah.
And it's, we need to be as objective as possible. So this is the reasoning behind it. So, but then comes the human part, which is, my favorite part of throughout all the year about it, even more than the ceremony. The live presentation, the second evaluation phase.
Been there, done that.
So you can tell us a little bit afterwards. These top 3 winners, after we have the average scoring of the 3 judges from the first phase, we have the top 3 winners of a category, and these top 3 winners advance to the second evaluation phase. The second evaluation phase starts from 0, so they have to present live on Zoom together with the judges, and these people speak directly to the judges, where they also have a session of a Q&A that the judges can ask directly questions to them. So they can challenge them, they can dig deeper, they can, see more assumptions about. So this is where nuisance enters, you get to see the passion, you get to see everyone being so excited, the intention, the clarity that no PDF, no words can capture. It's, it's the face and the human element. So again, yes, it's methodical, but it's built again to provide the integrity, to provide not just popularity. And we've seen that. We've seen, small players winning over titans, which is the biggest, pleasure that you can get out of all of this process. And that's what we see every year happening. It's great. And, just seeing that, it just gives me the kind of satisfaction that, yes, what we do is right.
Okay, that's true. And just to share some insights from my behalf, the best part of the process was the fact that we didn't know the judges, and the surprise when we have the second phase and we met for the first time the judges. That was exciting, to be honest. Maria, you mentioned many times the word integrity, which is the essence, if I'm allowed to say, of Antonio Meucci Awards.
Yes,
so I want to ask you, what challenges have you faced in organizing and maintaining the integrity throughout the process?
The challenges, okay. One of the biggest challenges for that is to make, especially the first year, is to make people understand, to make people believe that we're here not just for the money. We are here to do something different. We also had a dual role the first year, which was to inform the industry about Meucci. So, every year comes with a challenge that you have to be better than the year before. More passion, more work. It's not like we just build the system. That's what we thought with Andrea the first year, that, okay, we built everything and now it's just going to go, easier. But then the second year comes, and for me, and I think for him too, it was even harder the first year, because we did so many innovative things. So people are expecting to see more innovative things from, the organizational point of view. So that's, I would say, from our point of view, the hard part of each year. But because we're so passionate about it, we have the team even grew. We brought more passionate people in the team, and we're also very excited. And everybody just pushes new ideas. And we also hear the industry. This is what we also do, something different. We provide, I'm trying myself and everybody in the team always to ask our nominees, everybody involved, and we also do a survey at the end of the ceremony to see what we can do better, what people can do better. And I must admit that I don't think everyone was, dissatisfied with their wishes that they got from the first year going to the second. So these are the challenges, the small challenges. Sometimes not everyone is understanding what the hard work that we put behind, especially for the second phase. We have to organize more than 300 people for the calls, and, coordinating time zones, coordinating here and there. And if people, this is a bit hard, and it's understandable that it's hard. I get it. But these are the challenges. Now, concerning integrity, is what I told you. It's about, having to decline big amount of money, big amount of sums that were coming our way, and that could help us a lot since we're a small company. But it's if we start to do, if we have accepted, then it will all come down to zero. We'd just be another player who does the same things with the rest. So yes, when it comes to integrity, I would say that the biggest challenge, like specifically, was what I've mentioned before, was declining big players and a lot of sum of money from the players directly that came to us, as I told you, because we believed that what we're doing is actually more rewarding than that. We're a small company, I'm sure everybody can understand that that kind of amount of money is needed for our survival. But since we believe more in our purpose and in our mission, we said no. Nobody even gave it a second thought.
Yes.
So that's the emotional weight of it. It's about something that I carry personally with pride and responsibility, and things just don't go smoothly. That's just life. I get it. But you feel it more deeply, and you feel it more in the sense that, that's where integrity is. It's not about, the perfect process. It's not about, having most of the money. It's about refusing to compromise, even when it would be easier.
And I can say that the process itself confirms the integrity. And what do I mean by this? I mean that it's a difficult process, to be honest, for a nominee. Too many things to do, too many things to coordinate, too many things to present. But this confirms the integrity, because sometimes, when it's just about money, and if you can buy an award, it's an easy thing. It's an easy process. But it's a process that somebody who wants to be a nominee, he needs to work on his nomination. So I think that this confirms the integrity and the joy in the end of receiving an award. Correct?
Yes, exactly. And let me tell you something that I've heard the very first year from my dear friends from Sama Telecom, that we have met through the awards the first year, since it was a fun counter call that I had with them, trying to convince them about what's actually happening. And once the awards were done, what they've told me as a team, because they worked so hard to provide to finish this nomination process, they told me that it brought them closer as a team. And that is so beautiful, bringing the IT together with the marketing, with the sales, creating new brochure, new material. Everybody wanted to stay longer, past their working schedule. So it was just, such a rewarding feeling hearing that. It's nice, yeah.
In your opinion, how do the awards impact the winners and the industry as a whole?
So for winners, let's start from there. So winners, I guess, in one word again, it's powerful. It's not just another line. It's not just another title. It's something that means something, because they know it wasn't handed to them through branding or buzzwords or money. It's something that they earned, scored fairly, and judged by people who actually understood the value of what they've built. And that kind of recognition just hits differently on emotional part, on any kind of part. And for us, this is what we want to provide. We want to provide a marketing tool for those who deserve it, of course, that they can use in the industry to prove that they're the best. if I have the title from Meucci, this means that I'm the best. It gives this kind of, so because they open the conversation, they open these doors for them, it gives them the visibility. And for the people who are doing this kind of extraordinary work, but with no resources, with no money to actually expose and to promote what they're actually doing.
Correct.
So this is the title that we want to give, I'm getting the Meucci title, so this means I'm the actual best. And, for some is also another push to become better year by year. So this is what I also received from nominees the past years, that they are, providing, and they're coming to me and they're like, yes, next year I want to get the Excellence Award. I want to become the first, and I want to become the best out of it. So it's a push to, become
better for the next year.
Better. Recognizing the right people isn't just, about how nice it is and, it's so excited and we're doing something different, but it's something necessary. That's how we push the industry to become better and to go forward, to take the lead steps.
Maria, final question. Looking ahead, how do you see the Antonio Meucci Awards evolving in the future, let's say in the next 5 years, for example?
Oh my God. That is just a great question, because if I just have the time to tell you how many ideas we have for the coming years and what kind of ideas we have, we're never going to stop this interview. But let's just say that for us, growth is something inevitable. So we're not just chasing the size for the sake of it. What we're chasing here is actual depth.
Okay.
So yes, we will expand. Yes, we will bring on new categories, new technologies will come, and we need to adjust new voices from different corners of the world that just don't usually get the seat at the table. Also, but growth for us isn't about becoming the biggest awards in telecom just so we can be the biggest awards in telecom. It's about becoming the most trusted. I see the Antonio Meucci Awards growing and evolving into a space that not only recognizes excellence, but defines the standard of how real recognition should look like and how it should be done. Most importantly, from my perspective and from my point of view, if my team allows me to, have a saying in this, I want for the awards to remain human. Because behind every score, behind every nomination, every final ranking, there is a person who put their heart, there's a team who put their heart into solving something, into evolving into something, into proving something. So that human element is what my promise to the industry and my team, that this is what I will try to protect the most, no matter how big we get. So yes, I want these awards to continue to be the place where real stories are told and, real contributions are seen and not just rewarded, but what I want to see is that their stories are actually understood. And I want everyone who participates, who wins or not, to walk away thinking, no matter what happens, that was fair, that was honest, and that mattered. So the real meaningful future for us is not just building another moment, it's about building a movement.
That's great. Maria, thank you very much. It was a very enlightening discussion and too many insights, not only for me, but I believe for the audience. We know more things about Antonio Meucci Awards, and we were very happy and very grateful for having you with us here today. Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you. It's an honor having to speak in any kind of a situation about the award. So thank you for giving me the voice to provide, what we're doing here with the team is what we're proud of. So thank you very much for the invitation. It was such a pleasure, and I told you, it was an honor for me.
Honor for us, and thank you also you, the audience, for being with us today. We'll see everybody, and let's say to everybody that 16th of September in Madrid, we have the ceremony of the Antonio Meucci Awards. And until the next episode, stay connected.